guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new 2023 fully redesigned Honda HR-V.
And huge thanks to Dakota and the rest of the management and staff here at West Shore Honda in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. These guys have a beautiful dealership. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're in the Tampa area looking for a new car, SUV, or truck, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Dakota.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the HR-V has been Honda's subcompact SUV since 1999. That's when the first generation was released. Fast forward to 2023, we have this all-new third generation HR-V, and it's grown quite a bit. We have about 9.4 inches in extra length, which translates to a really usable interior. As you'll see, the overall space in this isn't much different than the current CR-V. But also updated, we get a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, which replaces the old 1.8-liter 4-cylinder engine. The new engine makes about 17 more horsepower and 11 more pound-feet of torque. We're also grown about 2.6 inches in overall width. Other than that, though, this is the EXL trim level, which is the top of the line, which still starts at a really reasonable base price at $27,400. What do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So as you see already, this all-new updated front end is actually beautiful. I think this is so much nicer than the outgoing version. I think this is nicer than the current CR-V. The CR-V is also due for a refresh though, so stay tuned for that. This current HR-V though kind of gives you that aggressive shark look for the front end with those daytime running strip, full LED headlamps, full front parking sensing, functional airflow in the corners, and a ton of airflow for the radiator for this 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. But we'll take one more step back and get a good look at this front styling. This gray metallic paint, also beautiful. As far as the wheel and tire setup, again, this is the top of the line HR-V. So we get these really nice gunmetal gray and silver contrasted 17-inch rims wrapped in Honka Kinergy GT tires, dimensions being 215/60 R17s. So with these 60 series sidewalls, the ride quality should be very impressive. I'm also really liking that gloss black. A lot of cars have been doing the flat black plastic cladding, and I'm liking how Honda gave us some gloss black, which contrasts this gray metallic paint absolutely gorgeously. We get the gray metallic for the mirrors, LED turn signals on it. The glass fills up the entire frame. Blind spot monitoring, black trim for the window trim. No shiny chrome anywhere on this SUV. Huge thumbs up to Honda for that. Smart access for the driver and a front passenger. The gas cap is a push to open with easy fill. We can do 87 octane fuel for this 2-liter 4-cylinder engine as well. The rear wheel and tire setup, same thing, still your 17s wrapped in Honka Kinergy GTs. Only difference is a slightly smaller single piston brake caliper. Out rear, you notice that pretty aggressive spoiler with the third brake light attached to it. Look at those taillights. Those are aggressive looking. This kind of reminds me of an Audi Q5 for the rear end styling. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. You take off that Honda emblem in the center, I guarantee you quite a few drivers on the road will confuse this for an Audi or even an Acura SUV like the MDX or RDX, but it's an HR-V, and shout out to West Shore Honda here in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. Full rear parking sensing. I'm liking how the diffuser is also a gloss black material, but we'll take a squat back here. You notice the silver aluminum trim which hides your exhaust tip, but speaking of the exhaust tip, let's rev up this 2-liter 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was of course the sound of the all-new 2-liter 4-cylinder sold by Honda for this all-new 2023 HR-V. As soon as you figure out this latch, we can pop it up. No struts, unfortunately. We can position the prop rod. Of course, here's your 2-liter 4-cylinder cranking out 158 horsepower, 138 pound-feet of torque, enough to get this 3,100-pound SUV with front-wheel drive to 60 around 9.5 seconds. So certainly not the quickest, but for the money, you're definitely getting a decent vehicle for it. We'll figure out this prop rod. All right, so one more time, you can get a good look at that front styling. I'm loving those daytime running strips too, but as far as the interior, we'll hop out over here and check it out. And stepping inside again, we get smart access for both the front doors, but as far as the interior, it's soft touch all throughout. Middle portion is rubberized, super gushy soft for the armrest and for where your knee will often hit. Auto one touch for the front 2 windows, power windows in the back, nice resistance for the aluminum door handle, 4-way adjustable mirrors, solid sound system too. It's nothing too impressive. It's a standard HR-V sound system, but it still has a pretty crisp audio to it. The seats are beautiful. Perforated leather, they're heated, they're not ventilated unfortunately, at least not for the standard on option package. Still solid seats though, the bolstering is nice, the headrest is soft, fully adjustable for the most part. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats, but stepping inside, we can really check it out. And first thing we notice is the steering wheel. So the steering itself is laughably light, one of the lightest steering racks I've ever turned in my life. But the steering wheel itself, I'm loving it. It's very similar to the Civic Si that we just reviewed in this channel. The 10-2 bolstering notch is solid. We just don't get the contrast stitching. 9 and 3 is great. You can skip your songs, volume, home, and this adjusts your infotainment cluster. Voice commands, the Honda horn area is rubberized too. As far as the horn itself, not very aggressive at all, but people should still definitely get out of your way once they hear it. Hill descent control, radar cruise control, lane keep assist, and here's your radar cruise control settings. You can adjust the speed right here. But as far as this infotainment adjustment, it is a fully digital display. Right now we're looking at analog gauges with a digital speedo in the center. The tach goes to about 6,700. The speedometer goes to 140, but we can adjust it by pressing this home button. You can change between audio, phone, navigation. So once the navigation's hooked up, you get a turn-by-turn, driver attention, seat belts, maintenance, safety support, or no content for one reason or another. You adjust it, of course, to this button. So right now you can check out the gauge display settings. You can go up and down, go between range, fuel, speed, time, audio, phone, navigation, all that. Go back simply by pressing the home screen. Press the home screen one more time, or never mind, you got to go all the way back up to where we started. My personal favorite to look at all times would probably just be speed and time. In the center, you see the temperature outside, fuel gauge. The upper part for the dashboard is all soft touch. I'm liking the touchscreen too. It's very responsive. As far as the home screen, you press this button, we get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, USB, trip computer, Bluetooth audio, general settings. Very configurable overall touchscreen. We do not get navigation for the EXL, which is kind of surprising. I would expect there to be navigation with the top of the line HRV, but we do not get it, of course, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Certainly not a big deal. But other than that, beneath, we still get the continuation for the super soft leather trim, soft touch dashboard. The vents continue all throughout, similar to the new Civics, and you can adjust the location of the vents with these stocks. Hazards, dual zone auto climate control, heated, no cooled seats, recirculation, defrosters, and your rear defrosters, which includes your side mirrors. Wireless phone charging, USB port 2 cup holders with these flappy things, perfect to keep your drinks in place. The gear selector controls your CVT transmission. As far as the backup camera, super high resolution. We get front and rear parking sensing and 3 different camera angles. So if you have a trailer tow package, you can see exactly where the receiver is compared to your hitch. You throw it right back into park and it exits out of our backup camera immediately. We also have S and L, so I guess sport and low gear. We're not going to try out the low gear, but we'll start off in drive, transition to sport, and just see what the differences are. The drive mode selector here also controls between normal, econ, and snow. So we're going to leave it in normal mode for this entire review and just try out this S mode on the gear selector. Hill descent control, electronic parking brake with brake hold, USB port, an additional one, solid storage for the center, which is nice to see. Leather stitch trim continues all throughout this interior. The armrest is nice, gushy, soft leather, massive. You might fit 3 or 4 2-liter bottles of soda with no issues. You're fitting a 12-pack of 12-ounce cans with no issues at all. As far as the glove box, rubberized material for it. Spacious, you're fitting 20 license plates with no issues, maybe a pair of shoes if you're under a size 11. Auto dimming rear view mirror. It is not a camera mirror, but the auto dimming function is nice. Basically frameless. We get a sunroof, no panoramic moonroof, but we can open it up. And it folds into the trunk area, or the roof area. Sorry guys, I'm all over the place. But we can poke our way out of here. It's a really hot day today in Tampa, Florida, sunny and 95 degrees. But this AC is certainly doing its job for us. If I happen to miss any features, which I'm pretty sure I didn't mention, this traction control button and the tilt and telescope, you can get a good look at your pedals. But outside of that, let's get a quick look at this window sticker, see any features that I may have missed. Again, this is the 2023 HRV 5-door 2-wheel drive EXL, which is the top of the line HRV outside of the all-wheel drive. That's the only HRV which will cost more than this. Naturally aspirated 158 horsepower 2-liter 4-cylinder engine made into a CVT. Front McPherson strut suspension, rear multi-link, electric power steering, hill start assist, and snow mode. Safety features, you can pause, take a look at all of these. The interior features, of course, wireless Apple CarPlay, leather all throughout, 9-inch color touchscreen, which has a very solid resolution. I would like to see navigation, but of course that is optional. Wireless phone charger, dual zone auto climate control, 17-inch alloy wheels, Honda sensing, which includes adaptive cruise, collision mitigation braking system, lane keep assist, road departure mitigation, and traffic jam assist. Total price $27,450. This SUV has 0 options, so after a $1,245 destination and handling charge, we're sitting around $28,695. Fuel economy, it's a little bit down compared to the previous generation with a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder, but to be expected. This is a larger SUV with a larger motor. We're still getting excellent fuel economy, 28 combined, 26 city, 32 on the highway. But that's about it for the features, guys. We can put this window sticker away. Try to do so without messing it up completely. And that's about it for the front seat in general, guys. Let's hop out back, see how much space we have offered back there, sitting behind my seat settings. And remember, this is a 9.5-inch upgrade when it comes to space, and you can tell there is a ton of legroom. This is comparable to the CR-V. Hard plastic all throughout for the upper portion, but we're still getting a nice soft leather armrest. It continues for your knees too. Power windows, solid aluminum door handle as well. This is also storage. It's not just a grab handle. You can easily fit a big gulp in there. 2 speakers on the rear door panel. The rear seats, still that beautiful perforated beige leather. The padding goes all the way out to the door frame, so it feels very couch-like, super gushy soft. As far as legroom, I'm a little over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have at least 4 or 5 inches of overall space, unlimited room for my feet. The upgrade in terms of interior space is absolutely mind-blowing for this all-new 3rd generation Honda HR-V. We don't get rear air vents, which is actually surprising for a top-of-the-line EXL trim, but that's probably my first real complaint with this SUV, so you can tell how impressed I really am. We get the mat pockets behind the passenger. No center cubby, which is also, I kind of would expect one, but really not a big deal. You can have a comfortable location, just having your hand in the center. Solid light bar into the cabin too. The interior lights are LED, they're touch sensors. That's about it though for this back seat. Let's hop out into the trunk. See how much space is offered back there, and that extra 9.5 inches of length and 2.5 inches of width should really help this trunk. We do not get an auto opening tailgate, which is also kind of odd for a top of the line EXL, but I'm not going to knock them because the base price is sitting at $27,000. The rear cargo area, massive. Remember guys, this is a subcompact SUV. We're competing with vehicles like the Mazda CX-30, the previous generation HR-V, the Toyota CHR, and this is just miles ahead of it when it comes to cargo space. You're fitting a golf bag this way. The seats fold down 60-40 split, and if you fold those down, you're fitting a 60 to 75 inch TV back here with no problem. And for other subcompacts in the segment, really not much, really not something that I could say. As far as secret storage under this HR-V floor mat, we don't really get a whole lot, but this is where our little fix-a-flat kit will be housed, and you can put some secret stuff in there as well. Underneath, that's where our spare tire is housed. We can put all this stuff back, shut this tailgate right up, and now that I'm thinking about it, this all-new updated 2023 Honda HR-V really reminds me of that Jaguar E-Pace that we reviewed in this channel, not just when it comes to styling, also for space. Both SUVs are classified as subcompacts, but as far as like actual dimensions and space, definitely closer to the compact segment. But that's about it, guys, for the inside and outside for this all-new 2023 3rd generation Honda HR-V. Absolutely beautiful for the front end and side profile. The rear end is also extremely impressive for the update. I can't wait for the updated CR-V, but this is the updated 2023 Honda HR-V. Let's take it out for a drive. Alright guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all-new 23 Honda HR-V. Let's take it out for a drive. And the first thing I notice is the steering feels incredibly light when you're not moving, but once you start to gain a couple miles per hour, the steering tightens up noticeably. So right now in normal mode, we're still in the D, we're not in the S. I'm sure the S only adjusts the transmission. It has absolutely nothing to do with the steering weight, but so far I'm impressed. Very quiet. I'll check the windows. Maybe the EXL gets dual panes. It does not, so just single pane windows, but it sounds quiet. We'll take a step out onto some faster roads. That's a nice Supra looking over there, 2021. But as soon as we get the chance, we'll step out into this multiple lane highway, and I'll catch back with you in 1 second. And another first impression I noticed is the CVT. I've never felt the CVT tuned this sensitively. It races the revs like as soon as you lean into the gas. It almost feels like a conventional automatic with how quickly the CVT actually shifts. We'll take a step out onto this road, probably open her up a little bit more, throw it in faster than we should. Right here, the steering feels actually a little bit decentish. And on the gas, yeah, it's not going to blow you away with performance. 0 to 60 around 9.5 seconds. So it's doable. It gets there eventually, but that's not what you buy this vehicle for over this rough pavement. The ride quality is phenomenal. We got the chance to drive the 2022 Civic Si, which is all new for 2022 on the same road, and it felt miles stiffer than this. So this ride quality is very impressive. Isolation from the road, also impressive. The only thing that's not impressive about this vehicle is the straight line acceleration. So if you're looking for a car that does literally everything, you live in the city, you don't need a car that can do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. This should be more than enough car for you. And we'll take a step out to this multiple lane highway right here. Maybe get the chance to lean into it a little bit more right here, and on the gas. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we get the speed. It's not blowing you away in terms of performance. I hope you don't expect it to be as far as handling, throwing it in faster than we should. The body roll is very limited, not a whole lot. One more time, it looks like we'll get a chance to throw it in faster than we should. It handles the bumps excellently. The body roll is limited. Hear all the stuff flying around. On the gas. Yeah. The top end is noticeably stronger than the second generation with the 1.8 liter 4-cylinder. So you notice the extra oomph in the top end. It's still not going to blow you away in terms of power, but if I was going to race this third generation against the second generation, I would expect this third generation to come out on top. As far as like real world turning radius, right here we can check it out. Impressive, very tight turning radius. This is supposed to be a subcompact SUV. I understand it's a very big one at that, but the turning radius is impressive. All right, guys, as soon as this Trackhawk passes, we'll see how quickly we can catch up to him. Let's go. Boom. Not too slow. We definitely catch up to the traffic quickly enough. But overall, the ride quality excellent, isolation from the road and wind noise excellent, tech fantastic. The quality of the materials, considering that this car starts at $27,400, is borderline absurd. I understand that a lot of dealerships are charging markups for these cars, but if you can get one around MSRP with a dealer order, you get so much for this car. I would definitely recommend checking it out. All right, guys, one more time before we call it a day, throwing it in way faster than we should. The body roll, okay, we feel a little bit here, but on the gas. Ooh, nice. All in all, guys, this is a really impressive subcompact SUV. Should be called a compact SUV now that it's almost 10 inches longer, almost 3 inches wider. You can definitely call it a compact SUV, considering that the early generations of the CR-V were actually smaller than this. So overall, as far as space, tech, and features, you cannot beat this vehicle for the money. And front styling, side styling in general. Beautiful SUV. The tech, the interior, also beautiful. As far as performance, definitely leaves something to be desired, but for a base price of $27,000, you got to compromise something, and this vehicle compromises absolutely nothing except for just straight line performance. So if you're in the market for a premium feeling vehicle, you don't care about doing 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, you're more than happy with getting there in 9, I would definitely recommend checking this one out. For the materials that you get in the interior, the tech, the sound system is also decently impressive. The styling is gorgeous. You get a lot for the money. If you're looking for a spacious SUV under the $30,000 mark and you want the tech, you don't really care about the performance, this is probably the best you're gonna get. And huge thanks to Dakota and the rest of the management and staff here at West Shore Honda here in Tampa, Florida, for making this review possible. Really impressive dealership. They got an entire parking garage full of cars. So if you're in the market for a car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Dakota, and huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all subscribers. You know the channel is just not possible without you guys, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars or trucks you'd like to see reviewed in this channel too. And I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.